What is happening, guys? Mathematically is back again. Vamos a hacerlo. Let's go. Okay guys, what is happening? So I'm just in the moment getting ready to go and watch this match. Someone mentioned about if you talk about your team or something like that, people aren't gonna like it. Well, I don't really give a shit because, you know, everyone's entitled to support the team, and I choose to support my team. That's my team, you know what I mean? For the Gunners, you know, but Arsenal, that's how we go. Anyway guys, so touching base with you in respect of this particular fragrance. Now I'm going to put a fragrance up in one of these corners. I'm not decided yet, but I will do so. This is one of those fragrances, guys, that I managed to get a decant of. So if you want to know about Oud for Greatness, go and check that one out. I'm yet to receive that bottle, and luckily enough I managed to have like a little bit of a way to sort of try and get it cheaper. So I've actually got a brand new bottle coming on the way, and I got that cheaper. And again, we only get that from reputable houses, guys. I only purchased that. My niche fragrances I only really purchase from probably Selfridges. I probably won't go to some sort of website and try and get it somewhere else, because at the end of the day I don't want to pay for something which isn't real. That's just me. However, by all means, guys, if you can get it on Fragrance X or whatever you want to do, that's your decision. I understand that. For me personally, if I don't want to spend too much, I'm going to get a decant. Now this one, I've actually smelt it. I'm going to give you my opinion on it. I'm going to tell you why, my next steps with this particular fragrance. So this one, guys, this one, guys, ultimately is Oud for Glory. So this is effectively a take on the Oud for Greatness. That is from Initio that you can see on the screen. And equally, this is one of those fragrances, guys, that again, clone, you know, you name it, it's one of those ones, guys. It's an imitation. It's an imitation version of the fragrance. Now this ultimately, guys, and again, I'm just gonna go off what they say on their particular website. I can see this one is by I believe the house is Lattafa, and it's actually for, you shouldn't be paying more than about £40 for this one. I've seen it range from about £30 to £30 in the UK to £40. One of those fragrances that I personally, if I was gonna buy this, I'd probably buy it off Amazon for probably the slightly higher amount, but to ensure that I get it in a reasonable time and ensure that I actually do get it. Sometimes you can pay a lot cheaper, guys, and you're waiting, God knows when, you're waiting for another 5-6 weeks before you receive the fragrance. That is not for me. That's not what I want to do. So I will pay that little bit more to make sure I get it as I want it as a consumer. Now the keynotes in this, according to their website from Lattafa, is saying that it has woodsy notes, oud, amber, patchouli, smoky notes, and caramel, and also a floral note in there. Now for me, guys, again, I'm going to just give you an idea. For those that don't know what we're working with, let's talk about Baccarat Rouge 540 from Francis Kurkdjian. That is one of the fragrances that seems to be give us this type of candy, this type of almond molecule type of fragrance. So ultimately that one doesn't necessarily have oud in it, but it has saffron in there as well, which is one of the key components of this particular fragrance. That one, however, is a different beast. That one's like £170 for, like, I think it's like a 90ml or even 70ml type of bottle. Different time, different video. I've already talked about that. Go and check out my previous videos. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, as we always say. However, in respect of the, you see the juice just actually fall on my hand now. In respect of this particular fragrance, however, guys, I'm gonna put this one back up. I've not actually purchased Red Temptation from Zara, but I did actually have this one, which is the Night Put On number 5. This one here, guys. And for me, this fragrance is, I've done reviews on it, guys. It's a different type of fragrance. Do not compare the two. They're not like for like. So I'm just going to spray this one now so you can see. Also, I've not got the bottle, but at the end of the day, guys, the freshness for me, guys, is what I really enjoy about this fragrance, funny enough. Now, I have smelled Oud for Greatness, my Initio. That is a different quality of fragrance, and at some point I will do a comparison video. It's very difficult to do it when I don't actually have my own bottle or decant of Oud for Greatness. But this one, guys, Oud for Glory, it opens very spicy. I can get an oud note in there. The oud doesn't smell overly oudy to the point it's like a dirty oud, if that makes sense. That heavy beast mode type of oud is not what I pick up on this one. The opening is spicy. It's like it's got a nutmeg in there, cinnamon there. It says caramel, maybe. There is a sweetness in there, and then it seems to give me this sort of dry down note, which actually to me smells like sweet popcorn. That's the way I can describe it. So if you go to the cinema, you have this type of popcorn smell. That's what I seem to pick up on. So the oud is there in the beginning. It seems to be opening, as I say, with this type of spice, a little bit of floral, saffron note, spicy, Middle Eastern type of fragrance. And it seems to dry down slightly. and give me slightly more of a how could I say, as I say, this popcorn sweetness, not necessarily close to the skin. If you move your arm within the first 3 hours to 4 hours, you still smell it. After that, it becomes slightly more closer to the skin and seems to give me, as I say, this type of humid is that even a type of way of describing a fragrance? Humid, warmer, probably more cozy type of fragrance, cozy type of smell. And again, it gives off this slight sweetness, borderline floral note, possibly the saffron, slightly sweet. I mean, even if the saffron, I don't even know if the saffron even in here according to them, but that's the sort of note that's the only way I can sort of describe it. The patchouli aspect, it talks about the sort of dirty note. I don't really pick up on too much in this particular one. The oud for greatness that I understand oud for greatness to be, when I've smelt it, smells slightly more medicinal, smells slightly more herbal. One of those fragrances which, again, once you spray it, you don't need to go too heavy. I can tell that straight away. But that's Initio. That's slightly different. This one, however, seems to give off slightly more of a warm, how could I say, a warm but versatile type of fragrance. Something that you could wear probably in, I probably wouldn't want to wear this to the office, but definitely in an evening, winter time, potentially autumn, spring evening, spring daytime. But it's a nice fragrance, guys, and actually it's so nice I've actually decided I'm going to buy a bottle of it. So yes, I purchased a decant. Decant cost me around about £3 or £4 or whatever it was, but ultimately I actually enjoy this fragrance. And even though I am purchasing Oud for Glory, I still will also purchase a bottle of this one, because Oud for Glory, the cost of it, guys, is like £250. I don't particularly think that's worth it for a fragrance, but again, depending on what you do and what you're involved in your life, maybe there's ways you can get, you know, things slightly cheaper. But at the end of the day though, guys, for me, this is a nice fragrance though. I can't necessarily say it's going to get compliments in the same way as Baccarat Rouge, Instant Crush, you know, even as I say, this one here for Night Pour Homme number 5, different types of fragrances, guys. Now for me, it's just one of those ones though, which again, I would probably be more inclined to wear this one than wear wear a £250 fragrance on a casual basis. This one I could wear on a casual basis, but at the same time, this to me just makes me think of, it's one of those fragrances that you need to be in the mood for. There needs to be a time to wear this one. This is not just a go and grab sort of fragrance. This isn't one of those ones. If you're into even, I think it's called Oud Malaki, you know, don't expect necessarily the same type of vibe going on with that one compared to this. This one seems to be quite precise in where it's trying to go, and again, it seems to be that imitation of Oud for Greatness. So just bear that in mind. You're not going to just wear this one on a casual sort of, you know, you're going to play football sort of scenario. Definitely not. This is not one of those fragrances. This is definitely like a winter evening. You really do need to like maybe oud fragrances. You do need to like maybe slightly heavier, deeper bass focused fragrances, I would say. It's not, as I say, it's not the deepest oud I've ever smelt, but it's one of those ones that it does give you an idea of the oud, and as I say, after maybe about 2 to 3 hours, it starts to dissipate from that and leaves you with this type of popcorn sweet type of vibe, but not enough that it becomes, how could I say, feminine or anything along those lines. Comparing to even is it Ariana Grande's fragrance, that one that I did a review on, I can't remember what it's called anymore now, but ones like that, it's completely different vibe totally. I would say this is a touch on Baccarat Rouge, but then obviously this is an imitation of Oud for Greatness. But at the same time, guys, it's one of those fragrances that I would highly recommend, and it's definitely one I would say go and check it out. But anyway, guys, so hopefully I will see you on the next video. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Have you purchased this one? Is this one in your collection? Please let me know, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao.